On 19th February 1938, a devotee came to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, troubled by illness, restlessness, and the inability to meditate. With serene grace, Maharshi revealed that our true nature is ever peaceful, beyond body and mind, and also that surrender and self-enquiry are not different, but one. This sacred dialogue is a reminder that the self is never lost, only veiled by thoughts. Mrs. Dhar had been anxious to ask some questions and get help from Sri Bhagavan. She approached him with great hesitation and gently related her troubles. My attempts at concentration are frustrated by sudden palpitations of the heart and accompanying hard, short, and quick breaths. Then my thoughts also rush out and the mind becomes uncontrollable. Under healthy conditions, I am more successful and my breath comes to a standstill with deep concentration. I had long been anxious to get the benefit of Sri Bhagavan's proximity for the successful culmination of my meditation, and so came here after considerable effort. I fell ill here. I couldn't meditate, and so I felt depressed. I made a determined effort to concentrate my mind, even though I was troubled by short and quick breaths. Though partly successful, it doesn't satisfy me. The time for my leaving the place is drawing near. I feel more and more depressed as I contemplate leaving the place. Here I find people obtaining peace by meditation in the hall, whereas I am not blessed with such peace. This itself has a depressing effect on me. Sri Ramana Maharshi replied, "This thought, I am not able to concentrate, is itself an obstacle. Why should the thought arise?" The devotee asked, "Can one remain without thoughts rising all the 24 hours of the day? Should I remain without meditation?" Maharishi said, "What is ours again? It is a concept. Each question of yours is prompted by a thought. Your nature is peace and happiness. Thoughts are the obstacles to realization. One's meditation or concentration is meant to get rid of obstacles and not to gain the self. Does anyone remain apart from the self? No. The true nature of the self is declared to be peace. If the same peace is not found, the non-finding is only a thought, which is alien to the self. One practices meditation only to get rid of these alien fancies. So then, a thought must be quelled as soon as it arises. Whenever a thought arises, do not be carried away by it. You become aware of the body when you forget the self. But can you forget the self? Being the self, how can you forget it? There must be two selves for one to forget the other. It is absurd. So the self is not depressed. It is not imperfect. It is ever happy. The contrary feeling is a mere thought which has actually no stamina in it. Be rid of thoughts. Why should one attempt meditation? Being the self, one remains always realized. Only be free from thoughts. You think that your health does not permit your meditation. This depression must be traced to its origin. The origin is the wrong identification of the body with the self. The disease is not of the self, it is of the body. But the body does not come and tell you that it is possessed by the disease. It is you who say it. Why? Because you have wrongly identified yourself with the body. The body itself is a thought. Be as you really are. There is no reason to be depressed. The lady was called away and she retired. The question was, however, pursued as follows. Devotee said, Sri Bhagavan's answers do not permit us to put further questions, not because our minds are peaceful, but we are unable to argue the point. Our discontent is not at an end. For the physical alignments to go, the mental alignments should go. Both go when thoughts go. Thoughts do not go without effort. Effort is not possible with the present weakness of mind. The mind requires grace to gain strength. Grace must manifest only after surrender. So all questions, wittingly or unwittingly, amount to asking for Sri Bhagavan's grace. Maharshi smiled and said, Yes. The devotee continued, Surrender is said to be bhakti, but Sri Bhagavan is known to favor inquiry for the self. There is thus confusion in the hearer. Maharshi answered, Surrender can take effect only when done with full knowledge. Such knowledge comes after inquiry. It ends in surrender. The devotee said, The knowledge of the Supreme Being is after transcending the individual self. This is jnana. Where is the need for surrender? Ramana Maharshi replied, Quite so. There is no difference between jnana or surrender. The devotee asked again, How is the questioner satisfied then? The only alternative left is association with the wise or devotion to God, like satsang or Ishvara Bhakti? Sri Ramana Maharshi smiled and said, Yes.